Steph is not a generational talent.
Steph not a generational.
You know what a generational... Wemby is a generational person. Generational means you can't mimic it.
I feel like he's being disingenuous. He's a generational talent. No, he's not. Talent is this, that, and the third.
Our friend Gilbert Arenas is back with another dumb clip. And, we like to call him dumb. So let's just play it and see what happens.
But to be real, how many teams have won without generational talent?
Steph is not a generational talent.
Detroit.
Steph Curry
is not a generational.
Steph not a generational.
You know what a generational... Wemby is a generational person. That is a generational talent.
Steph became
a great... generational means you can't mimic it. You can't mimic... You can't mimic
at number one.
Well, you said you can't... Can you mimic Magic Johnson? 6'9" point guard with the vision? No. You can't mimic Shaquille O'Neal's body. You can't mimic fucking... LeBron James. Those you can't mimic Wemby. Those are generational.
I agree.
It only comes once every. Right. There's only 5 or 6.
Skill is based on like physical traits.
Okay. Physical traits is generational. Like somebody like Giannis is tweaking, right? Like Jokic is not a generational talent.
No.
He's just a great basketball player.
Yeah.
Curry was a great basketball player.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean? It's different. Like generational is something that's once every 20.
Once every.
Like when it comes, you're like, damn.
Sheesh, you got that?
And then that's it. And he's had 3 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah.
Y'all think he actually believes this stuff?
No. He's already confessed to having a rage bait shit. I forgot who he had as a guest, but the guest was like, yeah, I said some shit to make the internet mad, but you know how that go or something like that. And they was like, oh yeah, bro, trust me. Yeah, no, I don't believe that he believes everything he says.
I think Gil has Stephen A. syndrome, man. He's live so much, he just be saying shit, man. He's live too much. That's what it is.
I do think he believes this, though, unironically.
Y'all think this is a bad take?
Yes.
It's a bad take if he doesn't actually believe it, but if he's consistent with his logic, I don't think it's not necessarily a bad take. I don't agree with it, but if he can sit there and say, yeah, Jordan's not generational, Kobe wasn't generational, fine.
He said Jordan was.
He said Jordan was.
He said Jordan was, and this thing is an idiot.
He said Magic was.
But he did say Kobe isn't generational though. A generational.
But Kobe mimicked Jordan.
But Kobe doesn't have the same athletic skill set, wingspan, hand size, athletic gifts. So that's what will make Jordan a generational talent.
He predicates this by talking about talent and then immediately calls Wemby a generational person, which was already kind of weird to me. But then to essentially, in my opinion, I'm with Damo in the sense of if you have one player that mimics the other one, doesn't that eliminate the two? Because yes, Kobe isn't as good as Michael Jordan, but if cannot be mimicked is what the foundation of this definition of generational, which I think we all agree is a weird way to define it, then yeah, I think that would definitely eliminate Kobe, Jordan, Magic, LeBron. Maybe you could put LeBron in there, but at that point, I think we only got Shaq and Wilt as generational by his standards,
and Wemby.
What is talent?
Even like with Wemby, you could get nasty, but you could argue 7-footer with an elite.
No,
what is talent?
God-given ability.
Okay,
that's how we're defining it.
Okay, if it's God-given ability, and then why would Curry be generational talent?
Because
the thing that makes Curry special is a skill set. Why would that be a generational talent?
I think there's a lot of physical attributes for Steph Curry, not in the sense of like jumping out the gym and things like that, but I'm talking about in terms of his ability and his cardio for sure. I think I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how many motherfuckers running like him, but I think Steph Curry definitely, in terms of even just pure skill, he's capable of shooting shots at an efficient rate that we haven't seen in ever, to the point where I would say, yeah, you were just born to do that. I would argue that skill, that he was born to be that skilled at it, in my opinion. Now, if that's making you,
I would just say generational talent is a blanketed term, and even if you have superior skill, that will still make you a generational talent type of player. You can have, if you're one of the elites at a certain skill, to the point to where you're in the 0.1% of that specific skill, for example, like a Curry with his shooting, that makes you a generational talent. I don't think to be a generational talent, you have to just have these outlier God-given ability and talents. I don't think you just have to be Wemby size and have that mobility. And just because no one else is doing it or can do that, that's what's making you a generational talent. It can be, but there's other factors as well. To me,
I mean, do y'all differentiate generational player and generational talent? Because I feel like this is one of those terms that like you kind of use simultaneously or synonymously. So
wait,
I agree with you saying. Yeah, I think we're playing semantics right now.
Yeah, this is a crazy semantic. So that's my thing. From the jump, this is already a semantics conversation. What does generational talent mean? And based off of Gil's definition, I'm just saying he's being consistent, but I feel like he's being disingenuous to like when he's a generational talent. No, he's not. Talent is this, that, and the third. So to me, Steph Curry's a generational player, which is synonymous with being a generational talent. That's why I disagree with him.
The only time I really disagree with him is when he used Jokic, because by default, the way that you outline Magic, wouldn't it not be Jokic being somebody who's like 7 feet tall, can pass like him? You okay, Benjamin? You good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Okay, guys, we'll make sure.
I must be missing something.
Nah, it's good, man. It's good. I just wanted like that. Technically speaking, Jokic would also have to be a generational talent then. By default, he would have to be.
That vision portion where he said it about Magic was like, okay, that somebody might be able to claim that vision is a skill, and unless he has Magic's like prescription for his glasses, there's no way he could say that his vision is like
the glasses,
generational or whatever the case may be. Is Kevin Durant generational?
Yeah.
By Gil's definition, I think so too.
Move like water.
Okay, I'm looking at the league right now, and this is just at its current state.
This is the other point there where I think he's wrong, because by the logic which he's using, there's about to be a bunch of generational niggas in the league at one time.
The NBA playoffs are here, man. There's a lot of money to be made if you play daily fantasy sports. And if you want to get into the action, you guys can use PrizePicks, the sponsor of this podcast, our preferable way to play daily fantasy sports. We will show you how to play the game right now, and it is very, very simple. Just sign up for an account, download their app, go on their website, and make some picks. And if you really know ball, you can win some money. I'm going to go ahead and look down here. Kevin Durant, 36.5 points plus rebounds plus assists versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sensing a big game from KD tonight, man. Hit more for me, please. And then Darius Garland has been letting me down all year, and it's just another day of the year. Hit less for me on the PRA as well for Darius Garland. Omar, you decide how much we put on the entry.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit. I'm going to put 210 on there. Make place entry.
And if you use code LKIB, PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit up to $100. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to the content.
That's what I was kind of getting at. And then I would hate to look back into the past and do the same thing, but legend who are some of these people that probably a lot of people wouldn't say are generational, but by Gil's standards are generational in today's league?
Our good friend Bo.
And that's what I was trying to bring up
the show.
He's family. If it's just being tall with a handle, then that, in my opinion, eliminates Bo and being.
Yeah, I'm about to hear
tall with a handle.
Yeah, Bo, man. That no one can
6'10" tall to y'all?
Oh my!
Hey. Shit, Alex R.
Paul George.
Come in. He about to be 7 somewhere.
Luka.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
6'8" with a handle. Come on, man.
Luka is literally the same thing Magic is. He's 6'9" with the vision.
And then also, I don't know if he didn't say this, but if it happens once, but then happens twice, is the second person generational? In this,
I gave him some leeway. Once in a generation, now once in a generation.
Okay. I guess I'm not saying lifetime, so like I guess.
I think it's not a generation. Is KP? KP is a generational, right? He's generational.
Y'all tell me.
KP?
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis.
He generationally
not anymore.
Injured.
Well, why?
He generationally injured. Yeah.
Oh.
Street clothes? This is crazy. Is street clothes generational?
Yeah, man. Generationally street clothes, man.
I guess Scotty Pippen.
Damn, I was talking
technically,
about
I guess Dirk will be generational. KG would have been generational. There's like plenty of players who are generational because of size and some form of like God-given ability. Dwight Howard would have to be generational.
Can you be small and generational is the question.
There's too many generational motherfuckers, man.
I ain't gonna lie. No homo. I've seen Serge Ibaka in sweatpants.
Come on, we're a PG podcast now. Come on.
And I just let it.
I'm trying to be brand friendly, gang.
Can you be? And this is a serious question. Can you be 6'4"?
I think it's not gonna act like y'all ain't see that.
Stop. Can you be 6'5" and shorter and be generational?
Anthony Edwards,
Muggsy Bogues.
It depends on how high you can jump. You know what I'm saying? How athletic
Muggsy Bogues. What's the argument for Muggsy? I'm just asking.
The ability to be like 5'3" and make the NBA.
And at that level,
you have to be generational at that point.
Defend
like literally.
Webb.
Defend at what level?
God give it ability
Muggsy
to jump.
Bogues has 4 all defensive teams.
Damo, defend at what level?
At the level he was defending at. What?
Nigga, all he had to do was just when they put the ball in left hand, he just take it out. What the hell?
Hey, why you know other short niggas do it? Why wasn't Earl Boykins that level of defender then?
That's intelligence. That's IQ. Because he was already knee level. He was already knee level. He just, you know what I'm saying?
No, but on a serious note, I'm
he just gotta
the ability to be stop, please. The ability to be 5'3", make it to the league, and then also have, average 11 assists, 10 assists, 10 assists. Like, you have to be generational. Like you,
expansion league. Man, come on, bro.
But you have to be generational. There's no way.
What about Isaiah Thomas, Celtics one? 5'9", averaging 30?
That's generational. That's generational.
Who's the next person that's gonna do that?
Who's the next person that's gonna do Muggsy Bogues?
Muggsy only average.
No. From now on. So it happened in 2017. When's the next time you're gonna see a 5'9" player average 30 in the league?
Never. Because they're probably
a 5'9" player get drafted.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're never going to give up.
That's why I feel the same way about Muggsy. I think since then we've never seen a 5'3" player in the league.
It was 5'3". I thought it was 5'6".
Yeah,
he's 5'3".
Muggsy was 5'3". Muggsy was all
my
good.
bad.
Constant that.
Closest is Earl Boykins.
Yeah. The only thing I have to say to end this, if Steph isn't generational, Gil, you got a son. Make a Steph Curry. If you can make another Steph Curry,
he said that before. I don't think y'all really heard his stance on like how he coaches his son and what he feels about even this conversation.
He tells
his son to just do nothing but shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot, get up, more shoot. Every single time you're not shooting, there's somebody else in the world shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he believes a lot of things that Curry and like Kobe does. Like in that full clip, he said that also like Kobe is not generational.
No. I get that.
He's fairly consistent with his logic. I'm gonna be honest with you. On this one at least.
Marcel, I get what you're saying, Legend. I get what you're saying. My thing is, if they're not generational, that means that they are definitely more easily to replicate. I would love to see him replicate a Steph Curry.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You can do that.
I could have given the head. Oh, go ahead.
His son about to replicate Melo the way Elijah playing. Because boy, oh boy, when I tell you that little nigga don't do nothing but shoot, man.
Yeah, I could even have had the wrong approach to this topic because I was thinking it'd be too few, but yeah, it'd be either too few generational players or just way too many generational talents.
Do you think you can? Oh, my bad.
Nah, because I know we didn't tackle the subject, but like at that point, we're looking at like a Chet being generational and shit like that. So.
He is.
I was just gonna ask, do you think you can realistically work your way up to being a Steph level shooter, knowing what a Steph level shooter is?
In my opinion, no, I don't think you can.
So at that point, wouldn't that be a generational?
I agree. That was my stance on everything. Like, I don't think you can work your way up to that level of like shooting.
I do. It's not easy to do. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's likely.
Trey.
Once in a generation, though.
I wouldn't even say once in a generation. You just have to have the drive and the want to be that level of a shooter. Like,
wait, let me ask you this: if we go 30 more years, we're on Let's Keep It a Bucks 33rd anniversary, and there has yet to be a Steph level of shooter.
Damn, by definition, he's generational.
Would you then be able to say it's generational?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still think Steph is generational, but I just don't think. Again, I think you can have a skill set can make you a generational player or talent, however you want to say it. And I feel like you can work. It is possible to work your ass off at shoot, do nothing but shooting your whole life, and you can get to that level if you really wanted to.
If I Carfax this conversation at 55, something went wrong. If I Carfax this, Johnny be like, yo, Tom, we'll walk this back.
We'll see y'all in 2054. I don't know.